We're going to be on TV soon with the reboot of the Surreal Life,
Yes.
which is a show from the 2000s where they had a bunch of people go into a house and they all kind of lived together. And there's drama, there's all that good stuff. So is there anything you can really talk about when it comes to the show? Like,
Well,
is
yeah,
it
because
out
it's out
yet?
now.
It's out.
Not,
What's
not
it
all
on?
of it, but like there's been 3 episodes so far.
Okay, so when did you guys film this?
Almost a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
So I filmed this so long
Where was
ago.
it at? Did you film here in LA?
In Mexico City.
Mexico City?
We filmed in Mexico City.
Why?
Yeah, and it was like wow.
Is it cheaper
so I
to
remember
do
even
it
getting
here, or why?
Yeah, it is for sure. It's definitely cheaper to make it. I'm assuming like the house that we had was like this insane mansion, which is probably easier to get there, and all these kind of things that like are involved. I'm not really exactly sure how it works, but they just said it was better to film there, but the altitude was so fucking high.
Really?
I was so winded the entire time.
Oh,
Because it's like
no.
10,000
You're over there, like,
feet
huffing
up,
and
and I'm like,
puffing in the
even
mic.
going up the stairs, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna die. But no, we filmed it almost a year and a half ago. There's been 3 episodes so far. It's every Monday on VH1, and it was definitely an experience. It was so hard. 'Cause we
I'm
filmed for
sure
3
living in
weeks.
this house with these. How long was it?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Like living with these bitches for 3 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
Like me, Dennis Rodman, Tamar Braxton, CJ Perry, Kim Coles, Frankie Muniz, August Alsina, Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
That's a big ass fucking crew.
Yeah, and
And
a lot of really
personalities.
different people.
And I think that's kind of the point of the show, is to bring people from like such different walks of life together to see like what would happen. It's almost like a
Yeah.
social experiment, like the first one, because Surreal Life back in the day was like the first like living house reality show experience like that. So they're trying to bring it back.
So, did you have? I mean, you don't have to spoil it all, but did you have conflicts when you were there?
I had like one little conflict.
Yeah.
But like for me, I just came to realize that of the house, I was like the gay bestie,
The
like funny, the
peacemaker.
peacemaker. Everyone would come to me when they needed advice.
Yeah.
Everyone would come to me, and I was always involved in everyone's shit. But I was always like the person that was on the outside, being like, "This is what's going on," like very like level-headed. So I like that was like the role I fit into. I wasn't the bitch that was like causing drama, causing all this stuff. I was one that was kind of like helping solve it
Who
and like
was that
figure it
bitch?
out. There was so many, there's so many in it. You
Like,
have to
what
watch
about
and find
Stormy?
out.
What do you think about Stormy?
Oh, I love Stormy.
Because I was gonna say, I feel like she's like
No,
so random, but I
literally, I
should
love
be my
her.
fave. Like,
I'm upset. Like once, like, because she ended up showing up late, so
Oh,
she was
really?
a day late, and so everyone was kind of like apprehensive, like to get to know like our last housemate
Yeah.
or whatever, because we had already been there for a day. She came in with like the haunted doll, Susan. She came in with the haunted doll, and a lot of people were like not about that. Like Tamar and August specifically, they're very like, no,
Hell
we're
no.
not doing no Bride of Chucky bullshit,
Yeah.
like haunted stuff. So it was very hard for her in the beginning, and she definitely wanted to leave like first night there. She was like, I'm not gonna stay.
Aw.
And so I'm glad I talked her out of it, and she ended up staying.
Aw.
But I ended up getting super, super close with her, and she's fucking amazing. And she has like this deep well of just like experience and knowledge, and she's so cool.
Yeah.
And no one I feel like would ever know that. You just see the headlines of Stormy Daniels.
Yeah,
and
of
you would
her and
never
Trump
know.
and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And you would never know that she's actually like the coolest, most down to earth ass bitch.
Yeah.
She truly is. And like honestly, all the housemates I had amazing experiences with all of them. Like I would have never expected to, but I did.
And just for people who don't know, Stormy Daniels is a controversial person who became famous because she claimed that she had hooked up with the president, which we all believe, and she described his privates as like, I believe, a mushroom or something. Was she your bestie there, or like who was your like bestie?
My
in the
besties
house?
were probably Frankie and Kim because they were my roommates. So
Yeah.
I had like to share the room with them too.
You had to share a roommate with these
Oh,
bitches?
I
Oh my
was not
gosh.
prepared. Like I've never had to share a room with my I mean I guess I did when I was like 10 with my brother, but like I've never really had to share a room as an adult like in my whole life. So it was very interesting to have roommates essentially, which I've never had.
Yeah.
So that Kim and Frankie, because they're also too sober, they're sober as well. So it was nice. Like we called ourselves S3, like
You're
the sober
sober?
3. I am.
like from drinking and
Like
stuff?
from drinking.
Then what are you doing when you're out at the clubs? You're just there?
Living.
Not drinking at all?
No, I don't drink at all. Like whenever you've seen me out,
Do you
I'm not
smoke weed?
drinking. Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
You snort. No, just
No,
kidding.
no. I it's just for me. It's just not my vibe. Like I just like to.
But you've
be
been there, done
aware
that. So like,
100%. And I'm very much like I want to be in control of my surroundings, control of my space, and like also being that I'm in the public eye in a way. I'm just like more conscious and aware of like things around me because you just never know.
Yeah.
'Cause people can be like very intense with me.
stressing me out. I know. Like, if I were to ever get to a level like you, I would be like, there's definitely, because people recognize you. Like,
Right.
I'm sure everywhere you go. So it's like, I still feel like
It's freaky.
Yeah.
I will say that's why I just get more. It's not even that it's freaky. Like honestly, like I appreciate it and I love when people come up to me and say hi and stuff like that, it's just more so like I have to be aware.
When you feel like you're being watched, that's
I feel like
part.
I'm being watched.
Yeah.
And I also feel like not everyone loves me. Like not everyone likes me. So like I am aware that there's people that could potentially want to harm me out there. Like I'm not stupid. And so I feel like if I'm not like inebriated, I'm at least in control of like myself.
Yeah.
In situations where I feel like I might not be in control.
So you did a collaboration in 2021 with the president. Yes. About vaccine hesitancy. So I'm guessing you have all your vaccines and your boosters.
I do.
Did you get a monkeypox one too?
Sure did.
You did?
Sure did. I have my little scar here to prove it.
Oh, a scar.
No, it's just like if you see it, let me see, maybe pull it out. Like it's not even that it's a scar. It's just like a little tiny, like, do you see like a little darkness there? That's it.
I actually just got a IV the other day because I wasn't feeling great. And guess who I saw there? Jeff Wittig. He was like right
oh my God, I
in front
just
of me.
saw Jeff right now at the gym.
Really?
Yes, I said hi to him.
He's
yes.
everywhere, huh?
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's the sweetest. He really is the sweetest.
Yeah. So how did you even like get approached with that? Like, did you get like an email from the White House or something?
Yes, I literally got an email from the White House. And I was like, not the email being at White House. Like I was shook.
Yeah.
I was so spooked. And I remember like getting it and I sent it to my team as my manager and my PR. And I was like, you guys, like, what the fuck is this? Like, I need you guys to vet it for me to see if it was even real or what was going on. And they're like, no, like, they want to do like this interview where it's like me and Jackie Aina actually were the two that were in like the beauty vertical to do these like interviews. This interview with the president, talk about, you know, the vaccine and just like whatever we wanted to talk about. Essentially, like we had like 3 questions to ask each. And so it was, I don't think I've ever been so nervous for like an interviewee type thing in my whole life.
Really?
I was spooked. Spooky ooky.
Did he like seem like senile when you talked to him?
No, not at all. Like he was so like I thought that too. I was like, is he gonna be like? Does he know? Who
like
I am?
someone
like what's going on?
every few seconds.
Yeah, I was like, what is he gonna say? So, but it was crazy because like I remember like because you have to like have the laptop open and like be on hold and like everything has to be like perfectly set up until like it's going because there's like a lot of setup for it. You know, it wasn't like
was
a
it
small
live
thing
or something or.
It wasn't that it was live, but like it was like being recorded on their end and my end
Yeah.
and streaming at the same time. And there was so many things happening that it was like they would text me and they're like, "Okay, president's walking," like da da da. And I was like, "No,
you're like
I was like,
getting, like, the full
like
build
president's
up.
walking. What do you mean?"
Yeah.
So it was like things like that where I was like freaked the fuck out. And so I had the 3 questions that you ask, you send in your questions beforehand, and they're like, "These are the 3 like you can ask, and these are the only things that you guys are gonna be able to talk about." So I was like, "Okay, cool. Like I'm down with that." And so I remember I added like a fun question in there because I didn't want it to be so like stale in a way. I was like, I can't like let it be just like, so why is getting a vaccine important? Like, no, that wasn't what I was wanting to do. So I remember asking him, I was like, what product would you bring on like a private island, like on a desert island if he was like stranded?
Did you get some backlash for doing
So much.
that? You did? I mean, I'm
So
sure.
much.
I like the YouTube videos on the White House, like they get the most dislikes out of like
Everything. 100%. I got so
like, was it
much
worth
backlash.
it in your opinion to do it? Just like, I guess
because
like,
I guess for me it's more so about like
collab with
if
the
it's something
president.
that like that's cool as fuck, but like it was more about the message that I had believed in. I was like, well, I feel like, you know, if we can make the world better and people get vaccinated and make things more normal again and, you know, help people out. Like there's so many people obviously that were passing away from COVID at the time. And I was like, if we can help people that need the help more and by the herd immunity thing, then let's do it. You know, so for me it was like a cause I did believe in. And it was also just a flex to be able to be like, I literally did a video with the president. Like what the fuck? Like it was so crazy. But I did get the most immense amount of backlash. And I like
out of people like of your own fan base or just people who like
randoms
now just
that
saw
found
you?
it.
Yeah,
It
just
was
saw it,
randoms.
like, why would you do this?
And honestly, I'm sure like some of my own fans did too, for sure. Like definitely people that are not like, you know, pro-vaccine or not, you know, pro-Biden, things like that. So I was like, totally get it. Like everyone has like their own opinion about whatever they want to have an opinion on. But for me, it was like, I felt like my platform was so much more than like a smoky eye, you know, in a way where I was like, well, if I can help and, you know, do something that I believed in, like, why not?
Do you see yourself getting like into more politically related like campaigns or anything, running for some like office in a couple years?
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna go the Caitlyn Jenner route.
Oh no! Yeah, you know, you saw those nasty tweets from
about Dylan,
and I was sitting right next to our dialogue the other day. Yes, literally.
I was spooked.
I was like right next to Dylan. I was like, oh, like I'm sorry for what Caitlyn.
No,
like,
literally, no. It was like insane to me, but I'm totally fucking around, not going the Caitlyn Jenner route. Absolutely not. But not. I definitely don't see myself getting into like a political thing. It's just like not my vibe. But if I can help in some way with certain things that I feel like do like, you know, mesh with me, like I'm so down. You know, especially the things that I like feel important about, like, you know, like talking against certain things, like, you know, like the don't say gay bill in Florida, things like that. Like, I spoke up about that.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it's something that affects my community, you know? So things I feel really like strongly about, I will definitely speak out about because I'm not scared to do it. But it's not something like I know a ton about either. Like, I don't like to ever talk about something that I don't feel like I know a ton about.
Same. I totally agree. When people ask me to speak on like certain political things,
I'm like, I don't
you know,
know.
when there's like these waves of different things,
yes,
it's like
yes.
I just don't know exactly. Like, you know,
I don't
I'm
know
not
what's
the
going on.
like I'm not the best one to give you guys like my statement
I'm
or
also
my
not that
thoughts.
girl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally no.
I know what I'm good at, and I'm gonna do what I'm good at, and then we go from there.